evening, students. In this lecture we shall see the difference in the band structure of a metal insulator and a semiconductor. In case of a metal, this represents the lower filled bands and this represents the valence band, which is the highest occupied energy band of an material. In case of a metal, the valence band is partially filled and partially empty. So when an electric field is applied, these electrons in the valence band have some unoccupied states in the valence band and they are able to move under the action of electric field. In case of an insulator, we have a completely filled valence band. No seats are available for electrons to move even if electric potential is applied. So electrons will not move and conduct electricity in case of an insulator. We also wonder, there is also a completely empty conduction band for an insulator, but this conduction band occurs at a large difference of energy from the highest point of the valence band. So an electron in the valence band require too much energy to go from the valence band to the conduction band, which is not possible. So in case of an insulator, electrons are not conducting electricity because they have no unoccupied sites which are energetically available. In a semiconductor, there is a difference. Semiconductor is also having a completely filled valence band. You see, these dark points are filled, white points are empty. In semiconductor also, we have a completely filled valence band and completely empty conduction band. But there is a difference. In case of a semiconductor, the energy difference between the valence band and the conduction band is small. So when you have a semiconductor at room temperature, what happens is that because of that thermal energy of the temperature contributing to the room temperature, these electrons are thermally excited from the valence band to the conduction band. So when you see here, when electrons are excited from the valence band to the conduction band, from electrons from the valence band to the conduction band, we will have the empty states in the valence band and some filled states in the conduction band. So contribution will happen due to two things. Unoccupied states in the valence band are called as holes. Occupied states in the conduction band are called as electrons. So electrons in the valence band will try to occupy that unoccupied states, or the conduction band electrons will also contribute to electricity when an electric field is applied when the semiconductor is kept at room temperature. One very important thing is that when we have a semiconductor at absolute zero, that is 0 Kelvin, that will act only as an insulator. If you see thermal excitation of electrons in semiconductor, you will have a better idea. So this is what I exactly wanted you all to understand. Please and see this. An intrinsic semiconductor at 0 Kelvin is an insulator because it has completely filled valence band, completely empty conduction band. This electrons cannot move. There are no electrons here to move, and there is no energy to take an electron from the valence band to the conduction band. Now when temperature increases, this is very important, when temperature increases, when the temperature is greater than 0 K, it means some thermal energy is available. With that thermal energy, electrons in these places are thermally excited to the conduction band. So here we have holes and here we have electrons. Because of thermal excitation, there are some vacant sites created in the valence band. There are some occupied sites created in the conduction band. Both of them will contribute to electricity. So in case of a semiconductor, we have conduction due to holes in the valence band and conduction due to electrons in the conduction band under the applied potential. Hope you now all understand the difference between the energy band structure of a metal insulator and a semiconductor. In the next section, we shall see the density of states of a metal insulator and a semiconductor. Thank you.